Hi, I'm Chris Antonio, the Shire President of Northam. Welcome to the Shire President's Update. Today is the 20th of April 2020. So as the number of COVID-19 cases around the world continues to grow, and we saw the numbers are astronomical, especially in Europe, we know that many of you may be feeling a little lost in terms of what's available and what help is available from where and who do you go to, what do you do? So as part of that, last week the Shire started a community hotline. Now I'll give you that number now, just so you know what it is. It's 6608 0613. That's 6608 0613. And what that is, that's a hotline the Shire has started, and it's manned by Shire staff from 8 AM to 5 PM, Monday to Friday. And it allows you to ring in if you don't know where to go, and the Shire staff can put you in contact with the best available people or the best agency or wherever you need to go. So as of last week, a few people have used it and it's been quite useful. So that's one of the things the Shire's doing. So another few of the things the Shire's doing for the community is we're going to make sure that we don't increase rates in the dollar next year, and we're going to try and put that through our budget. So that's part of our rates initiative, and we have other initiatives. We've got the community hotline, like I've just said, and we've got a community outreach program, and we started that in full force last week, where the Shire are identifying people who may be vulnerable or they may consider that need some assistance, and are doing a ring around just to see how it goes. And so far we've had a lot of positive feedback. The main comment has been, I'm all right, thanks, but thanks for thinking of us, and we've seen it on social media as well. So that's a good thing to keep on doing. So we're going to continue with that program. We've got a neighbourhood assist program, and that's offering help to people who may need it. But what you can do, if you're a person who thinks you can offer help, you can contact the Shire and they can put you in contact with someone who may need help. So it goes both ways. So, and it also gives you a way to help where you can. And we've got, with our facilities, obviously we've had to close some of them in the current format. So an example of the library services, they're not in their old format, but they're still there offering online services and delivery. So we've got a click and collect, and we've got other programs around. And if you've got an idea, always phone that in, because this is new to us all. So why not see if we can be part of the solution? So we've got the community outreach program, we've got the number, and we've got the administration here centre that's still open. A lot of shires have closed them down. Ours is still open, but what we're asking is when you do come in, there's only 2 people in there at any one time. And if you've got a query for licences, can you please phone ahead to make an appointment? So what that does is it saves you having to sit outside and wait in line for a while. Now we've been lucky up to date because the weather's been very fine, but as it gets colder and wetter, the last thing you're going to want to do is sit outside the Shire office waiting for an appointment. So once you ring ahead, it should be a lot smoother. And we're doing everything we can to do, we're trying to do everything we can to communicate effectively with the community. So if you have any questions, get in touch with us, and questions or ideas. So this is part of what we're doing, is me communicating directly to you. We've got social media, including Facebook pages, and we're updating those all the time. And on our Shire homepage, we've got a dedicated link to COVID-19. And I've had a look myself, so if I can have a look, anyone can. So, because I know there's a lot more people around there who are better at technology than me. But you've got all the information there, so you can have a look. And what that does is, we're not trying to repeat information that everyone else has got or statistics. We're there to provide a link to all the agencies and everyone that is important. But if you do want to go to the Northam website, Shire of Northam website, go to www.northam.wa.gov.au, and it's on the home page. Like I said, I had a look at it. It's right on the home page. Click on a yellow banner that says COVID-19 in big bold letters. Now, as many of you already know, we had one confirmed case in the Shire of Northam a couple of weeks ago. And we've also been provided with a link from the Department of Health that has a map of all WA and where the cases are. So if you do want to look at that, there is a link provided on the Shire of Northam website. And what that does is it maps it out shire by shire about how many cases there are. so it can keep you up to date and you know it's accurate. Because that's one of the things that we're finding. There's a lot of well-intentioned people who are on social media putting out information. We want to make sure that everyone's got accurate and up-to-date information. So go to the Shire of Northam website and that'll provide a link to the Department of Health web page. And what we're doing is we're making sure we've got regular and weekly meetings with all the lead agencies. So that's making sure that everyone is on the same page. And for example, when I say agencies, I mean Department of Health, or that is WACS, which is WA Country Health Services. So they're all the people that are employed at the hospital. And we've got the WA Police, so it's important to keep in contact with them. For example, they've got the regional barriers or all the regional road stops, like one on Moringut Road as a result of community feedback, and one at the western side of the lakes, so it catches all the travellers from York or Northam coming from those areas. And the feedback has been really good. I've got to thank the community, one, for that. The feedback from the police is only 1% of people have been turned back for trying to get through without a valid reason. And everyone I've talked to has been pretty comfortable. They go through, they've got their letter from their employer, and they'll just say, where are you going? What are you doing? You've got a valid reason, so let's go through. And while I'm on that, I just want to thank the community for everything you've done. There has been so much positive feedback and so much offer for help from everyone, and we see it on social media all the time. And thank the community for their work with social distancing, as it's important that we maintain our vigilance with this at all times. Now, one of the things is there's been a lot of talk about what do we do now, because there's only been one case in WA confirmed as of yesterday. So what do we do now? What do we do now is we remain vigilant. We keep our social distancing. We make sure we wash our hands. Now, for those of you who have heard me say it before, when I was a kid, my great aunties, my grandmothers, everyone, every time I came out would say, when you come inside, you make sure you wash your hands and you scrub under your nails. So we're just going back to what I was when I was a kid. So keep your hands clean, keep sanitised, remain really vigilant, and I'll keep saying that to make sure that this doesn't get out of control. We've got it under control now and we want to keep it that way. But again, I thank all of the community for all the efforts you've made so far, and I know you'll continue to do them. But I want to make sure that we still protect the vulnerable in our community. Like we've got the Shire hotline, we've got the Shire outreach program, but I also want to make sure that you really protect all the vulnerable in our community at all times, and that includes small business. The small businesses have been the backbone of our community. For your sporting club, for your community group, I can guarantee they've always said, here's $20, here's a voucher, I'm going to support you. So it's your time to support them. And as you have got travel restrictions, you can't go anywhere else. So make sure you continue to support your local businesses. And I do thank you, because I know you have been. And if you want to go online, I know there has been delays with postage or even getting the products. Well, make sure you go online first. Our local businesses have stepped up. They've got an online presence, they've got a physical presence. They're doing everything they can to do the best they can under these circumstances, so support them at every chance. I want to thank you all for listening. I want to thank you all for continuing to be vigilant, and you are a great community, and I'll speak to you soon. This is Chris Antonio, and as always, take care.